She's getting in touch with her anger.
She hit me with a car once.
It was an accident.
He's getting in touch with his lawyer.
Then accident, like the remote control flying in my head, that's an accident?
Didn't hit you, did it?
But first, he got in touch with a shapely sports fan.
She would like yell when the Cowboys would score a touchdown. I mean, the only yelling she would be doing is at me for watching the game.
After she has a blind date too,
She's got a great chest.
will they still drive each other mad?
That was an accident.
Or have a change of heart?
I'm Chris Jagger, and welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. We're going to meet their dates a little bit later, but first let's meet our couple. Now, when they first dated, she was on the rebound and went back to her ex. So he pined away for her for 2 long years until she finally left her ex for good. They've been together now for 6 months. Please welcome Cory and Leigh Fitzgerald. Welcome to the show. You guys have had some ups and downs in your relationship. Let's start with some of the good stuff, though. Leigh, he's waited for 2 years for you, so he must care about you a lot.
Yeah, I think he cares about me more than he cares about himself. He'll dump his friends, come over to my house, and, do my job for me, which is great.
Yeah, he's always there for you. All right, and Cory, what is it about Leigh that made you hang in there all that time?
Well, aside from how beautiful she is, she's about the most adventurous woman I've ever met. I mean, she and I get pretty crazy in all kinds of places. She's wild.
All kinds of places. Leigh, are you the same way at home when it comes to that?
No, I wouldn't exactly say he turns me on. He kind of thinks my chest is an on-off switch.
I don't understand what you want me to do, though.
Anything but pet me like a puppy.
Anytime I come near you at home, if we're not like out, in a burning building, you're not turned on.
Well, you don't kiss me anymore. How am I supposed to be turned on like this?
When all you're doing is yelling at me, why am I even going to want to pet you, though?
All right, Cory, let me ask you this. How easy is Leigh to get along with?
She's got a pretty bad temper, and she hit me with a car once.
That was an accident.
Oh, wait. How do you accidentally hit somebody with a car?
He ran behind it when it was in reverse.
No, we were standing there. I waited for her to go. She didn't back up, so I went, and she hit me.
Yeah, I only accelerated a little bit.
And so just a little bump.
An accident, like the remote control flying in my head, that's an accident?
Didn't hit you, did it?
And the cigarette lighter, that's an accident?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, Leigh, well, come on now. Violence never solves anything. Tell me about the activities. Do you guys at least share and enjoy some of the same activities?
No, he's a lump. He'd rather sit at home and watch TV and go outside and do anything with me. If I planned something on a Sunday to go hiking, he'd rather stay home and watch football.
I try to go to the gym with you. I try to go on hikes with you. I try to do all kinds of outside things with you, and you never want to do those. It's only what you want to do.
Cory, obviously you guys disagree on those issues. You disagree with everything?
Pretty much. Seems that way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I want kids, and I want a marriage, and I want all that, and she doesn't have that. I mean, I have names picked out for my kids.
Leigh's just kind of looking off into the distance going, I don't think so. No. Well, you want no part of that?
I mean, I don't need a certificate to say that I'm committed to somebody. And as far
it's
as
just about making plans.
Yeah,
you just make plans
I can
together.
make plans, but having kids just isn't for me.
I'm not talking about right now. I don't need kids.
All right, Leigh, let me ask you this. You say he's not motivated in the living room. He's not motivated in the bedroom. What about with his career or at work?
He has no career goals to speak of, and he doesn't want to succeed.
I don't know what I want to do yet. I got out of the military. I've been
5 years ago.
No. 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
5.
I work a full-time job. I take care of myself.
3 nights a week, 4 hours a night.
Does it pay my bills? Does it pay all my bills?
You're a doorman, and that's what you've been doing for 5 years since you've been out of the military.
It pays my bills, and I'm having a good time doing it. What are you doing?
12 hours a week, that's pretty good.
And I even have time to do your job for you. What are you doing?
More than you.
Cory, let me ask you this. You were complaining that it's always her way. Does she always have to get her way or in the relationship, or do you get your way more?
No, I never get my way with her.
Never?
It has to be, it's her way or the highway.
You don't do anything. If it was your way, we'd do nothing.
Anytime I try to do anything with you, it's nothing but a fight, so why would I even want to do anything with you then?
I don't remember the last time you planned something for both of us.
Yesterday. I tried to take you to the movies.
A movie that I didn't want to see.
All right, Cory, tell me why you thought this was a good time for the two of you to go out on these blind dates.
Well, it's just that we've been fighting a lot lately, and I wanted to go out on a date and have a good time without someone screaming at me.
Okay, so we're going to see what else is out there then. All right, well, that's exactly what they did, and it seems obviously that Cory and Leigh have some things to work on here. Now, when we come back, we're going to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out, will they stay together or will they have a change of heart? So stay with us. Welcome back to to Change of Heart. We are here with Cory and Leigh, who are working out some of the kinks in their relationship. Now, Leigh says that Cory needs to find a career and might have less trouble turning her on if he watched less TV. So we matched her up with an ambitious writer who knows how to turn off a TV and turn on a woman. Please welcome Robert Henny. How are you, sir? Welcome to Change of Heart. All right, Cory, do you think Robert has what it takes to turn Leigh on?
I don't know if Lurch from the Addams Family turns people on, maybe.
That's the normal answer from a short guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Robert, first time you saw Leigh, was that enough to grab your attention away from the television?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I came to the door, and she was wearing a pair of cutoff shorts and a nice little halter top, showed the belly button, which I love. And she's got a great chest, you know, which is unusual because she's very thin and ample bosom.
You like
how
that?
I would put it, yeah.
And Leigh?
My only question is to Cory, which is, how in the world would you rather watch TV than fool around with her?
You deal with her for a couple months.
Leigh, let me ask you about your first glance at Robert. What was it that you were looking for?
His butt, but he had a long T-shirt and big baggy pants.
You're looking at his butt.
It was kind of hard to see.
You got like this compulsion of looking at guys' butts. And
And,
I even look at a girl and I get punched in the head.
And he had beautiful eyes.
Oh, all right, besides the fact that you couldn't find his backside, what else impressed you about Robert?
He had beautiful eyes. They were almond-shaped like Aladdin.
Leigh, anything you had in common that struck you?
Yeah, actually, he is from a Scottish background, and I'm from an Irish background. So we had talked on the phone about how his mom and stuff about shortbread, and he showed up at my door with homemade shortbread, and I thought his mom made it, and he made it. So I made you banana bread.
Oh, yeah.
You can take that with you after the show.
Well,
You bake just for him.
Now, Cory, has she ever baked for you?
All the time.
Okay, a month ago,
Doesn't
she says,
appreciate
I
it.
want to bake an apple pie for you. I said, I don't like apple pie. Bakes it anyway and got mad at me for not eating it.
All right,
From
Leigh,
scratch.
let me ask you about your date. If there was any other way he tried to win you over with food.
Oh, yeah. He took me to a botanical garden, which is outside, which I love. And we went to the tea room, which I didn't even know was there. It was great. We had reservations. We walked right in. And the waiter came over, and there were scones. Irish scones, and my favorite. They were cranberry and raspberry.
Again, you're scoring points with all these pastries and
Yeah,
stuff.
what can you say?
Robert, Leigh says Cory doesn't know how to turn her on. You think food's the answer?
I don't know if food's the answer, but it certainly works. But you have to add some conversation in there. Apparently, Cory doesn't like to talk a whole lot, which I find hard to believe because she's a fascinating woman.
Now, Robert, Cory was complaining that Leigh didn't want to have kids or get married or any part of that. What's your thoughts on that? Do you?
No, I don't, but I have to say that we were walking around the gardens and she looked down at this particular area of it and she said, wow, this place is so beautiful, it makes me want to change my mind about getting married.
One date?
It was beautiful.
One day you talk about marrying this
It
guy?
had statues, and it was lined with statues, and it was beautiful gardens. It was landscaped. It was
Really?
gorgeous.
You caught Cory off guard there a little bit. Leigh, were there any other
Sorry.
surprises from Robert on the date?
Yeah. We had a private swing dance lesson. I had mentioned that I wanted to learn how to swing dance, and it was a Sunday afternoon, and we got to the studio, and they had just opened it for us.
Oh, really?
Oh,
you got that kind of pool? You got a studio open? And Cory, did you know this about Leigh, or have you ever tried swing dancing with her?
Yeah, I went and took a class with her. She's so hip on this swing dance thing.
I had to drag
I
him.
go take a class with her.
Drag him
10 minutes into the class, I want to go home. I don't like it. There's too many people here.
You were
All right, Leigh,
great.
what about
Everybody?
Robert at the lesson? Was there any problem there?
Oh, no, he was great. He took direction well, and the teacher danced with him.
Of course
so
you
that
love
he
a
would
puppy
learn
dog. It takes
his-
direction well.
No.
Whatever you say, he'll do.
He listened and knew what he was doing.
That's perfect for you.
I just listen in. I'm intent on what a woman wants, and I do it.
All right.
Where's the collar? You need the collar too, though. Something's got to latch that leash on
There's
too.
nothing wrong with being sensitive to a woman's needs.
So, Leigh, there you guys are doing a little swinging. I would imagine at this point you've worked up an appetite. So what happened afterwards?
This was the only small disappointment. I had told Robert that I didn't like garlic, and I wasn't big on seafood. And he had made reservations at an Italian restaurant that specialized in seafood.
Oh, I thought you were sensitive to their needs. That doesn't sound sensitive.
But they made me a dish that had absolutely no garlic in it, and it was wonderful. We shared a vegetable appetizer, which I wasn't sure if he would like.
That worked out then.
Yeah.
Robert, this would have been a good time, I guess, to witness that famous temper of hers. Did you see that at any point?
No, I have no idea what he's talking about. She was more than accommodating. In fact, she was basically willing to bend over backwards. I don't mean that in a sexual way. Bend over backwards to take care of any sort of food request that I had, just wondering what I wanted to eat, and she was willing to take any sort of appetizer. It was great.
Now, Cory, give us the other side. How would she have acted when she was out with you in that situation?
Oh, we'd been fighting. Completely. Screaming.
Just wouldn't have been that smooth,
Screaming
huh? if,
there are any utensils around, they'd been thrown at me.
Oh, that's rough. Robert, how would you sum up the date then?
Well, I had a great time. If you're referring to the end of the date, it was quite a nice little moment. We pulled back up. I guess I'm able to turn her on in a way that Cory's not. We pulled back up to the house, and we sat in the car for about 15 minutes. Not really sat, we made out about 15 minutes.
Leigh, same question. Sum up the date for us, would you please?
Really, Leigh? That's what you did?
It was.
You just meet
great.
him in 15 minutes?
He had a
Cool.
career, a great career, and he's a writer, and I like that. And
So jump into bed with
definitely
him. Why didn't you invite him in?
had,
Hey, that sounds cool.
Okay, well, they didn't go that far, Cory. They were just kind of saying a long goodbye, that's all.
Well, that's all they're saying.
Well, that's all we know. Was Robert's 15-minute goodbye enough to give Leigh a change of heart, or will she stay with Cory? We don't know, but we're going to find out later. But before we do any of that, we have to meet the woman that Cory dated, and we'll hear about that next. So stay with us. Just heard what happened on Leigh's date with Robert, and now we're going to meet the woman that Cory dated. Now, Cory claims that if he doesn't give in to Leigh's demands, he might wind up as a hood ornament. So we matched him up with an easygoing girl who prefers driving men crazy with desire to simply driving over them. Please welcome Stacia Sackett. Start with you. Does Stacia look easy going? Does she look easy going?
Well, I don't know if I'd use the word easy, but if she's easygoing and he's not motivated, then what really are they going to do? I think he needs someone with more of a spark, like me.
More of a spark like
we had plenty to do. We had plenty to do.
Let's hear about it. I'm ready.
Cory, any sign of Leigh's temper on your date with Stacia?
Well, supposed to pick her up, and an hour before I was supposed to pick her up, I realized that my radiator hose was busted on my car. So I called Leigh and I said, can I use your Jeep? Because my car's broken. I don't have time to fix it. I'll get dirty to pick her up on the date. I want to pick her up dirty. No, you're not having a girl in my car. That's it. Click.
Oh. Boom.
So I got to fix my car.
Oh, yeah, I said that.
So I got to get greasy and dirty, and then I got to pick her up, and I'm filthy from fixing my car.
So why should he use my car to pick up his date?
So you're trying to sabotage.
It'd be a nice thing to do.
You know what? If
you didn't need your car.
He could probably be, do you smoke? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, see, that's a big issue with me. I don't smoke, and I can't stand having
smokers. You didn't ask me if she smoked. You just said, no, no girls in my car.
The point is, I don't want her in my car.
Stacia, when Cory got there, did you notice that he was all dirty or anything?
No, I was actually too busy looking at his lips. He looks like he's a really, really good kisser, and
he is. When he decides to kiss you.
Cory, let me ask you about this. With your car problems, would you have rather seen Stacia or Mr. Goodwrench?
Oh, Stacia, definitely. She's definitely beautiful with her crystal blue eyes. And I was worried about having to ask her to drive because I wasn't sure what my car was going to do. And she was totally cool about it. Didn't mind driving at all.
Yeah. Well, she was cool with that. Leigh, does Cory have a problem like this with his car all the time, breaking down?
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, in May, he told me that he was going to be a famous model and that he would have his own Porsche by the end of the summer, but he's still driving his ex-girlfriend's '87 Acura.
Oh. I bought it from her first off when she bought her new car, and I'm sorry my plans fell apart this summer. It's not like I didn't try.
Cory, let me ask you about your plans for the date. Did you stick with them for what you had planned out?
Actually, it was too hot to go hiking, so
gee, I'm surprised you didn't go.
I asked her if she wouldn't mind, just going to a sports bar watching a Dallas game, and she lit up. I mean, she was totally happy about it.
Yes.
If I had broken plans with her, we'd been fighting all day. In no way she'd go to a game with me.
That sounds like
There's no way she'd go to a game.
Well, let me ask Stacia, be truthful here. Did you want to go to the sports bar and was that okay, or were you just being polite?
No, definitely. I've always been a tomboy. So I love going to sports bars. I love watching games, drinking a little bit of beer, hanging out. So that's what we did.
That sounds like a lot of
We both love the Cowboys. We're both from Texas. We love the Cowboys. So
oh, you don't have your cowboy boots on?
No, I don't. Not today.
Now, Stacia, while you were at the game, there's a lot of distractions in the sports bar. Was he paying attention to you, or did you lose him to the game?
No, not once.
Did he
Not once.
talk?
Oh, yeah. Very
Interesting.
talkative. It was good. Yeah, we had a great time.
So, Cory, which was more interesting, the game or Stacia?
Well, I had to keep every now and then sneaking a peek at her because she was definitely cute with the baseball hat on, and we were having a good time. And she would yell when the Cowboys would score a touchdown. And she'd yell right along with everybody else. And I mean, the only yelling Leigh would be doing is at me for watching the game.
Oh, good. So she was in
there in the first place.
Cory, you said you want marriage, you want kids. What about Stacia? What was her attitude on that?
She was definitely right on track with that. She wanted kids. She wanted to retire to a ranch in Texas, and that's how I grew up. So I would love doing that.
All right, Cory, what about Stacia when it comes to Leigh's your way or the highway attitude? Was Stacia a little more comparable?
Oh, definitely. We went down to the Santa Monica Pier, and I've never seen a person catch a fish down there. So we're watching, and this guy definitely has a fish on the end of his line. So for 20 minutes, she stands there with me because I said, I have to see this.
20 minutes? I would have pushed you off. Oh! I would have been so bored.
Cory, so were there dinner plans at this point?
Yeah, I picked her up. We went to have dinner at Leigh's favorite restaurant, actually, Dan Tana's.
Oh, that's good. You're taking to Leigh's favorite restaurant.
There, because he took me and his old girlfriend there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I pick up Stacia, and she comes out in tight black pants, this nice sweater, and she had taken the baseball hat off, and she has just gorgeous hair. And I told her how beautiful she looked, and she said, you look nice too. And we went and had dinner, and I guess about the favorite part of dinner was when she was feeding me her shrimp scampi.
How's your garlic breath? I bet you wanted to kiss him after that.
Stacia, I got to ask you, did Cory take you to any of Leigh's other favorite places?
We went to the House of Blues.
What?
Is that a...
Oh, that's nice. That's lovely.
We went to the House of Blues.
Why
That's
was that
my
bother you,
favorite
Leigh?
place. I used to work there.
Oh, you used to work there, okay.
We both did, as a matter of fact, and it was a major issue because that's where my ex-boyfriend that I left for him works.
All right, so there's some history there at the House of Blues. Okay. Cory, let me ask you, were there any turnoffs at all with Stacia?
Well, just the only thing was the smoking. I definitely don't like smoking. I mean, Leigh doesn't smoke, and I'm not used to kissing a smoker, so that was kind of an issue.
You hardly ever kiss me. How would you know the difference?
So Cory, does that mean you didn't go for the kiss?
No, I'm not the kind of person that when I just meet somebody, 5 hours later, I'm rolling around with them.
Oh, yeah.
But after hearing about Leigh's date and the way it ended, are you sorry that you didn't go for it?
No, I'm not sorry that I didn't go for it because I'm still not that kind of person, but definitely next time if Stacia goes out with me again, I would.
Okay, so now we know if there's a next time what'll happen. All right, will Cory and Leigh have a change of heart, or are they going to stay together? We're going to find out because during the break they have to make their decision. What they do, we'll find out when we come right back, so stay with us. Change of heart. Now is the moment of truth because during the break, Cory and Leigh each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? Now, you guys came on the show because you thought there might be just a little too much fighting going on in that relationship of yours there. Leigh, we're going to start with you. You said you wanted to date somebody that was going to spend and pay more attention to you, somebody that could turn you on a little better at home, somebody that had career goals and was career-minded. So we hooked you up with Robert. He's a writer. You guys had a really romantic time at the restaurant. You had that really long, lingering goodbye thing that was going on. But you have to make a decision. Do you want to stay together, or have you had a change of heart?
Well, it's really hard to give up your best friend. So I decided to stay together.
Stay together. Robert, sorry things didn't work out for you. Leigh, why, did you decide to stay together?
Well, Robert, I mean, we had a great time. It was wonderful. And I definitely still want to be your dance partner if you'll have me. But my heart's with Cory.
Okay, Cory, decision time for you now, buddy. You said you wanted somebody that was less demanding, somebody that had less of a temper, obviously, than Leigh's little temper tantrums there, somebody that was more family and kid-oriented. You had a great time with Stacia. The two of you, you were standing on the pier watching the guys fish. You took her to the House of Blues and had a really good time there. But Leigh does want to stay together. Your decision now, Cory. Stay together or change of heart?
Well, I had a really good time with you, Stacia, but I got to stay together.
sorry things didn't work out for you. Cory, tell us what it was about this experience that made you want to stay together.
Well, I learned some things today that I just didn't know what was going on, so it's definitely worth working on. All
right, well, hopefully it opened up your eyes for both of you. And remember, the violence, please keep that to a minimum. Will you? Don't run them over in the driveway or anything. We want to read about that in the paper. All right, that's our show for today. Thanks to Stacia and Robert, and good luck, guys. Seriously, Cory and Leigh. We'll see you next time here on Change of Heart.